All right, so I'm doing a quick video today on the usage of the rail in the sport. And I haven't talked a lot about this. I do a lot of the videos on individual training or one-on-one work or fundamentals, right? But using the rail is a fundamental skill in any melee version of the sport, no matter which league you're in, whether it's 3-on-3s, 5-on-5s, 10-on-10s, etc. So I want to talk about this from the lens of a new fighter who may be doing their first melee, first couple, first time in a team event, and talk about the rail as a tool you can use that either benefits you or benefits your opponent, and also the idea of field awareness. So as you can see, I've built here a corner rail. There's just two corners, allows you to practice in my yard some throws and some positioning things, but this is the same rail that we use at the Knights Hall. I built it off their template. So it's the same height, same materials. It's super, super sturdy. You know, this thing is awesome. So this is what I would be fighting in most of my local events and many travel events. Is very similar format. So what's the rail going to do for me? If you think of it this way, anytime you're fighting in a field, if I'm in an open field out here, if I'm in an open field here and I have no rail next to me, essentially what's going on is I have to be aware of 360 degrees. Realistically, maybe 180 if I know no one's behind me if we're starting off the fight, right? But I need to be aware of the whole field. If I have a rail to one side of me, I can cut down half of my need to be aware. I don't have to worry about this. So knowing where the rail is really important. I think most people get that. I think most people fighting know that, hey, if I'm out here, no one can be on that side of me. This is the rail, the fight's going this way. I have to worry about over here, and maybe behind me, but in this case, not even behind me. I'm in the corner. I'm cutting down a lot. So it allows you to slice the field into pieces depending on where you're standing. So the phrase I'm going to talk about a lot is back to rail or ass to rail. And this is a fundamental basic move when you're fighting to gain field awareness and to gain kind of field control. So if I'm facing off against a guy here, we're on the fight, the rail's going down farther, and we're throwing shots, we're grappling, whatever, we get in that grapple. Ideally, I want to get grapple control, so I want to have control of my opponent and be able to maneuver him. If I can do that, I'm going to want to turn my back to this rail. I want to use the rail as a support for me. I want to use the rail as something that's going to eliminate any risk of people being behind me. And then I want to be able to see the field. And that is where the field awareness piece comes in. So if I'm grappling someone and I get him and I get head control and I pull him down and I have this person here, I can flip one of two ways. I can stay here, which might be beneficial. I can kind of stay here and know what's going on, but I'm giving him access to the rail. I can go back to rail or ass to rail, and now I have this support. I also have the better ability to see the whole field. Now I can look around and look and see where's my team, what's going on. If I shove that person against the rail and I'm facing this way, look at what I see. I see nothing. I don't know what's happening behind me. I don't know where the camera would be, that angle, this angle. I can't see anything. And I am very susceptible to a shot coming in, someone coming behind me with an axe and just chopping me down. By doing this, I now can see and control the field in a much better way. So back to rail, ass to rail is vitally important as a new fighter. As a new fighter in particular. There are times that you will want to push an opponent against a rail, and we can talk about some of the situational times a little bit later, but as a general rule, you want to be able to see everything and be able to control that person and know that you don't have to worry about your back. If I'm in the very corner, literally now, I'm here, both sides of the field, all the way down. No one can get behind me. So I have total view and control of the entire field from there. Now there's some disadvantages. Being in the corner means less mobility, less ability to make a move. I can't roll out. I might get trapped here. I could get double teamed. There's some huge disadvantages, but as a general idea, you want to start with that back to rail. I'd much rather have my back to this than be turning this way and pushing a guy up against this corner and having no idea what's happening anywhere else. So as a new fighter or as someone who is developing their melee skills or their team awareness skills or situational awareness skills, you want to work on that primarily. Getting that person and getting yourself full back to rail, quarterback under control, somewhere where you are using this as a lean point. You're not going to lean hard on it and bend yourself over, but a point that you have control on and you can see what's going on. Also remember, I'm demonstrating this alone. I don't have another person with me, but if I had a fighter in front of me and I'm against the rail, I'm now using that person as a human shield. So if someone does come with axes straight on, I can use that body and push that person in front of me and able to maintain, again, more safety for myself and able to see what's going on. I may see someone coming and I go, hey, there's a guy coming this with a big axe. I'm holding this person. It's going to be a 2-on-1. I might throw this person and go. Not even throw him down, just get rid of him for a second, disengage from the grapple and take off. But I can see that's happening, right? So that's really good basically this. Use this rail to your advantage, know where you are positioned, know where your team's positioned, and you can only do that if you can see. So first step, grab a person, get yourself in a strong stance, control, know what's going on, have them whatever grapple you have. Ideally you want to be moving them around, leveraging them, doing different grapple techniques we're not going to talk about today. And then the next thing I said is field awareness. Once you get there, look around. And I think that's the hardest thing for newer people to do, is you get tied up in that fight, that one-on-one. You're fighting this guy, punching whatever, grapple back, and you're tied up and your whole world shrinks into that, just that combat. Where ideally what I want to do is take it here, breathe a second, if he is not kind of overpowering me, if I feel like I have control, and scan the field. What's my team doing? What's my situation look like? Are we up people or down people? Right? Am I likely to be double teamed in a minute? Do I want to be double teamed? Right? There'll be times that I might, as a post on the court rail player, might want to be double teamed, because I might see a second guy coming and go, I got this guy. If I can get that person and hold on to him, now I'm holding 2 people off. Well, one of my other people on my team is running around chopping people down. Right? That's a situation that might occur. But I want that to be something that I'm making a choice about, and I do that best by knowing where the field's at. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid when you get tied up for a second. If you get that point where nobody's doing anything, take that breath, look around, and see what's going on. It's going to give you a leg up on many, many new fighters. So that's really it. This is the rail. It's your friend if used correctly. Make sure that you are thinking about what you're doing whenever possible and not letting the other person maneuver you. You want to maneuver them. Okay, again, this is an ideal world. And the final thing I'll say is, there are going to be plenty of times that I want to push someone up on the rail. If I have someone I've got total control and I might push them up on the rail and use that rail to leverage their feet off the ground, right? I might use that. I might kick their leg out. I might use it to help me position a throw. There's lots of reasons you might want to push someone this way, but it's going to be situational and ideally quick. I think that's the key. And for most newish fighters, myself included, my grapple technique, even the things that I'm good at, are not quick. I still have to think, I have to position, I have to move a lot more. I feel way more comfortable being like this and trying to move an arm underneath and get an underhook and get the step here and stay. I feel much better doing that with my back being safe than turn the other way and having no idea what's coming. Questions, comments, thoughts. If you tell me I'm wrong, I'd love to hear your opinion on it. If you have other ideas, let me know. Again, I'm the Woodchuck Knight. Follow, like, subscribe, comment on this or any other video or anything else you'd like to see.